Hello, everybody. My name's Andrew Hamilton Pritchard. I'm beneficiary in equity and executor of 9 Sylvester Court, Norwalk, Connecticut. I'm making this video for Actions for Justice, AXJ. It's axj.com is their website. They were created in 1998 as an independent global civil rights organization. They asked me to make this video with a couple of points here, or questions that they've asked me, and I'm going to try to do my best and do it quickly because this is just on a laptop and it's one take. All our members are also reporters and journalists. We consider you a member. That's me. That's pretty nice. I don't know if that's worthy. Humble on Rumble is not anything crazy. AXJ, or Actions for Justice, admires your hard work in the defense of justice and our fundamental God-given and constitutional rights. Oh, well, thank you very much. AXJ members would like to know why your private property home was stolen from you and your family. On August 29th, 2022, my family and I, our home of 29 years, was seized. It was seized over, quote, what is a fraudulent claim of $200,000. They executed a foreclosure. The foreclosure value of the house that City Mortgage Inc. put on the house back in 2017, I think, was $3.4 million. So they've seized the house over $200,000. It was seized by over 55 cops, 70 in total, I believe, to execute the military action that occurred at my house. That was witnessed by the father of a Navy SEAL. He said it was a full military attack. Let's see. They have no claim. There is no claim. There's no mortgage on my credit. As I said, it occurred August 29th, 2022. My note matured, if you will. Just the note itself matured as of 2018. So 4 years earlier, the note was extinguished, gone, whatever you want to call it, if it existed. It's an invalid contract. It's not signed by the bank. As a matter of fact, all kinds of things are wrong with it. Secretary of State of Arizona and the Attorney General for Arizona did an investigation, 2.5-year investigation on the notary, and found that that was fraudulent, wrote that letter and have put that forward also. That was ignored. Let's see. I'm arresting 23 judges, and currently the counterclaim on this is for $700 million. They're not happy. I've got them every which way. The case number is, and it would be worthwhile for people to look it up because there's tons of information. I use it as a vehicle to supply information as to foreclosure, property rights, so forth and so on. The case number in Stamford Superior Court, Stamford, Connecticut, is Frank Sam Tom Charlie Victor 15602 6844S. You'll also see in there that there's a public notice arresting the entire government of Connecticut, first the judicial branch and then through to all the legislator, the governor. They're all involved. I have identity theft. I have City Hall altering tax documents, corruption by the police. We can go on and on. I have all the racketeering. I have proof of the racketeering. Even more proof just recently because of the Connecticut Bankers Association and what they just did. The list of violations, they ask me here, would you like to, AXJ would like to know what rights have they violated and who has filed a claim against you. The plaintiff is supposedly City Mortgage Inc. It's being run through McCullough, Raymer, Lieber, Pierce, which is one of the country's largest foreclosure mills. It's an absolute farce. As a matter of fact, even on what they proffered up as a note, it has without recourse to City Mortgage Inc., which for any of those legal beagles will know that means anyone else in the world can bring the suit but City Mortgage Inc. Anyway, AXJ asked me, AXJ would like to know if you believe in justice in the USA and will have a trial by jury. I will have a trial by jury. I believe in justice. I don't know if I would say in the USA. I believe in the people, we the people, and America. Not any of this corporate United States stuff or any of these games that have been played since the Civil War. I'm a living, breathing human being. A small lettered human being, not an entity, not a citizen. I'm a private individual who has been harmed greatly. Seizure and treason has occurred against me. As I said, my home was seized on August 29th, 2022. I have received nothing. No UCC liens have been settled against the property. No tax liens have been settled. Another entity created a fictitious mortgage with a new mortgage number, and that hasn't even been settled. They've transacted with another party who's just as much a complicit participant in the whole scheme, trying to hide this because they're quite worried about everything that's going on. So it's got quite messy. Let's see. They brought 5 criminal charges against me, basically involving like criminal trespass and things like that. I've never been on the property. They're threatening me with 25 years in jail. They're all fraudulent arrests. As I said, to quote 23 judges, they're not judges. They're like state referees. They're imposters. They don't even meet their own laws, which is quite obvious by the documentation that I'll send you. There's another case I want you to be aware of in Delaware where similar sort of stuff is happening. The case is in the U.S. District Court for the District of Delaware, so it's in the federal court. It's Joseph B. Alad versus Truist Bank. Case number is 1:23 CV 01360 George Baker William. As in their case, as in mine, there are judges that have denied their oath to the Constitution, thus committed treason, and that's quite obvious, and plus the seizure. And in his particular case, he has an allodial title that goes back to William Penn, and is fully documented by I guess the National Historic Society. Two things I'd like to, a thing I'd like to read and get in here. This is from Justice Warren E. Burger. He was the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court from 1969 to 1986. He passed away in 1995. And this is his statement. Ours is a sick profession marked by incompetence, lack of training, misconduct, bad manners, ineptness, bungling, malpractice, and bad ethics can be observed in courthouses all over this country every day. These incompetents having a seeming unawareness of the fundamental ethics of the profession. The harsh truth is that we may well be on our way to a society overrun by hordes of lawyers, hungry as locusts, and brigades of judges in numbers never contemplated. I also want to read this to you. This is Supreme Court case law, Cooper versus Aaron. Any judge who does not comply with his oath to the Constitution of the United States wars against the Constitution and engages in acts in violation of the supreme law of the land. The judge is engaged in acts of treason. The U.S. Supreme Court has stated that no state legislator, executive, or judicial officer can war against the Constitution without violating his undertaking to support it. That is Sawyer, U.S. versus Will, Cohen's, Virginia. Also, two other things, because the war that we are in, and we are in a war, And basically the situation is they're taking our property. When they take our property, they take our freedom, our liberty, and our freedom. I want to give you two definitions. Definition of an enemy. Title 50, U.S. Code 2204. The term enemy means any country, government, group, or person that has been engaged in hostilities, whether or not lawfully authorized with the United States. The term person means any natural person, any corporation, partnership, or other legal entity, and any organization, association, or group, such as the judicial branch of the state of Connecticut. That's a group. Next definition, this is domestic terrorism. Title 18, U.S. Code 2331. I think this says a lot. The term domestic terrorism means activities that involve acts dangerous to human life that are in violation of the criminal laws of the United States or of any state, appear to be intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, to influence the policy of a government by intimidation or coercion, or to affect the conduct of a government by mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping, and occur primarily within the territorial jurisdiction of the United States. I would say that that is what is going on here. Two legal terms from the law dictionary that I'd like to read to you real quickly. Traitor, definition, this is from Black's Law. One who being trusted betrays, one guilty of treason, traitor. Liberty, definition, freedom, exemption from extraneous control, the power of the will in its moral freedom to follow the dictates of its unrestricted choice and to direct the external acts of the individual without restraint, coercion, or control from other persons. Booth versus Illinois. My situation is like everybody else's. They're taking all our property. They're taking all our rights. This is a war, and it's going down right inside the judicial, and people had better wake up. To give you a little bit of background on me so you can check on some things, I have a long history on Wall Street. Let's see here. What's the name of that book? Let's see. I was written up in a book called Transforming Wall Street. And basically, let's see, this book makes you believe in the American dream again. When did capitalism making money become bad things? Where do you draw the line between making a living and greed? Can you work on Wall Street without selling your soul? Is it possible there are more decent people working on Wall Street than there are wolves? I'm proud to say I'm one of 50 people that was selected for that book. And it's the only book that I agreed to be in because of what it was about and that particular author. I would also like to let you know, when I first went into court, they called me stupid. The judge called me stupid right out of the gate. I am not stupid. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm reasonably intelligent. Just to let you know, I have 2 significant patents that may be also the reason I'm being chased down. They basically enable you to trade carbon credits. The patent numbers, if you want to look them up, are US 2002 00461 54A1, and the follow-on, which has 3 other inventors, that are on there. Those were buddies of mine that were at the bar when they were putting through the paperwork, and I did this to protect myself because the person who's trying to steal this stuff is a guy named Howard Lutnick. He's the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald. I was a partner at Cantor Fitzgerald when 9/11 occurred. The big building falling down there in New York, 9/11. So I have an American. I'm a passionate American. Its number, the follow-on one, is US 200801 623 72A1. We don't cry about being victims or anything. We want justice, and all these people are going to pay. They're criminals, they're traitors, they're enemies within our country. we need to take care of this and lock this down. I look for any assistance and advice. Thank you so much, and God bless us, and God is with us, and God bless America. Thanks. Bye.